Slender Man is a fictional character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme created by Something Awful forums user Eric Knudsen in 2009. It is depicted as a tall, thin figure wearing a black suit and tie, with a featureless white face and long, slender arms. The character is often associated with horror and is said to stalk, abduct, or traumatize people, particularly children. Slender Man's abilities are said to include the ability to stretch or shorten his arms at will, the ability to teleport, and the ability to create distortions in photographs and videos. He is often depicted as preying on children or young people. The character has been featured in a variety of media, including video games, music videos, and a 2018 film. Despite being a work of fiction, the character has been associated with real-life acts of violence, including a 2014 incident in which two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin stabbed a friend of theirs in an attempt to impress the Slender Man. In 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier, stabbed their friend Peyton Lutner multiple times in an attempt to impress the fictional character Slender Man. The girls had been fascinated by the character and had read stories about him online. They believed that by committing the murder, they would be able to prove the existence of Slender Man and become his proxies, living with him in a mansion in the Nicolet National Forest. The victim, Peyton Lutner, was left for dead in a park, but she was able to crawl out of the woods where a passing bicyclist found her and called for help. Due to the severity of her injuries, Peyton was airlifted to a hospital where she underwent emergency surgery. She eventually recovered from her injuries, but the incident had a long-term impact on her and her family. Both Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier were charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide and were tried as adults. They both pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of attempted second-degree intentional homicide and were sentenced to 25 years in a mental institution. The incident brought attention to the dangers of online content, particularly the impact of violent and disturbing material on children and young people. In conclusion, Slender Man is a fictional character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme in 2009. It is often associated with horror and is said to stalk, abduct, or traumatize people, particularly children. Despite being a work of fiction, the character has been associated with real-life acts of violence, which highlights the importance of media literacy and understanding the difference between fantasy and reality. It is important to remember that Slender Man is not real and any harm caused by individuals in association with the character is a result of their actions and not the character itself.